Hi, this is Susan. Let me say, no ensemble is complete without a stylish designer pen. We're going to make pens. We're going to have a look at these different kinds of pens. So we have pens that twist up here. They twist and the tip comes down. We have these kind that hang on your checkbook or on your journal. And we have this kind that hang on a pocket. So does she want the kind that twists for her purse? The kind that hangs on her checkbook? Or the kind that would hang inside her purse on a pocket? Let's look at how they're made. Okay, so you've probably seen this straight pen. It's used in men's shirts that are folded. You'll pull out a whole bunch of these. And these are real nice. I bent them down. Here's one I painted gold. And you can see how I bent it. You bend it with these jewelry pliers. That have the cone shape. And you can use a head pen. Now I didn't use the actual head. I worked from the end. And I'm using Gorilla Glue or Loctite. Any of the gel or super glues are good to use. But let me say, you don't want them anywhere near you, right next to you, because these are like doing perfume bottles. You'll just get so caught up in doing them, and you'll be breathing in that super glue, and it's not good for you. It'll hurt your sinuses, and so make sure you just move it away from you, and you use the toothpick to get a little bit and put it on your project. So there's also a ball head style head pen. And on Temu I found a multi-pack that had bronze, gold, and silver, if you want to look at that. And there's also a straight pen. You can, just get a straight pen, but they can't curl. The straight pens it'll break the chrome if you try to curl them. And this is a brass pen. And I used this one, all the gold balls, pens are this. I just cut the tip off, or I turned the tip sideways and curled it down. So I just had these brass ones in my stash. They're softer. Now you could put a ball on, if you don't have the other kind, you can just glue a ball onto a head pen and curve it down if you want it to hook on something. So let's talk about the size, how these are put together, and the size. Now, here's a checkbook my friend made, and see how the pen is hanging on it. Isn't that cute? She actually shrunk down checks from these flyers that you get in the mail. I think that's just adorable. And so if I'm doing a head pen, you can see the head is down here, and I get the design how I like it, and then I put the glue up here and just start moving pieces into place. And once you get them all how you like it, then cut the head pin off down here, giving a little bit of pin, showing a little bit. I'm not going to do this because it's just so tiny. All you'd see is the back of my hand doing it. But you can see the crystal. So cute. Here's the blue. Just real simple with... This is a glass type of, I believe these are called rondelles, but they're like crystals, and they're that one's glass, as opposed to like this one that is crystal, like a Swarovski crystal. So you can find these on eBay. I've bought them on eBay before. I think they call it check glass as well. Now the size of the bugle beads you want to get is between 6mm and 10mm. And I worked from this old bag that I had of West trim. I mean, it was so old it cost 89 cents. Can you believe that? So these say 6 to 9mm. So I say you can go to up to 11. 12 is a little big, but you can sand them. If you have big ones in your stash, you can do like a medium grit sandpaper and you can sand them. If they're really, really long, like this one that's 2 centimeters, I snipped it with these snippers on the end and then come in and sand it. And I took off, quite a bit. So you can still use your big ones. Now the seed beads need to be between an 8 and an 11. And if you're going by millimeter size, I had ordered these on eBay a long time ago. I don't have the source now, but they run between, it's like 1 1/4 to 1.5 millimeter. I got them in both gold and silver, and these are wonderful for doing necklaces for a jewelry box for your dollhouse or for your boutique or whatever. It's about 1 1/4. I say 1 there, but it's a little bit over 1, and they run to a 1.5 millimeter. Now, of course, there's, they come in this way. They come in little bags. They come in all different ways. They just need to fit on your wire, and they need to be, similar to your tubing that you're using, your bugle beads, in size. So you can see I just used, just different kinds of tops on them. You can use pearl. You might like a pearl top. One of these bicones. Another bigger glass bead. Just a bigger seed bead. This is a twist. This twist is called Twist Liquid or Liquid Twist. It's plated, gold plated. But I think that turned out real pretty. And I just put my beads all down in clusters. You can see on the towel, you definitely want a towel so that they don't go bouncing all around and off your table. And they will. So I just put them in clusters, and I just started there looking at, different combinations. Put your gold together. Put your silver together. And have fun with it. But just keep your super glue away from your face and away from breathing it into your sinuses. So just let me show you these pins again. You might see some that you like that style. Now I found when it comes to gluing, I made the, I need to tell you the hangers. Now the top ones don't have the hangers on them. And these are, just the wire turned over out of the top. But these down below, I either used part of the head pin and you just curl it back on itself and smash it. Let's see, this one. Curl it back on itself and smash it down and then arc it and then glue it in place. Or you want to do this little piece of brass. It's a little bit wider. I found it easier to glue on than the wire. And you need to let your glue set up a little bit before you try to glue those on. So I'm sure you've seen one of these before. These brads that go on journals or photo albums, notebooks. So I took one of those and I opened it up. Now be sure you save that cap. You know to save the cap. To put on your pony bead. If you put it on your pony bead, you can make some night cream. So the next thing you're going to do with this is take your scissors. Now I've already done it, but it's really easy. It looks like it's more complicated than it is. You just take, I have some titanium whiskers. Let me show you these. I got these at Joann's. I think they were in a group of 3, but they're titanium. So I was surprised that they cut through this very easily. This brass isn't really that hard to cut through. So let's see if we can get this in focus. So I just went steady where I wanted to cut and then snipped in 2 places so that I have 3 pieces across here. And then we're going to curl it to get that curl. After you cut the 3 pieces, let's see, can you tell? There's 3 pieces there. Kind of out of focus. I think it's the shine on it that's causing it to be out of focus. But you see there's 3 pieces, and that's where I made 2 cuts. Just 2 cuts on this one piece. So you'll get 6 pieces out of this one brad. And then you take this cone jewelry tool, cone shaped, smooth cone, and you just grab the tip end and twist it. Just grab the very tip end. I've pushed these down already, and just twist it in, and then use your finger to make it into an arc. Just whichever direction it goes, work with it that direction, because you don't want to bend it too much because it's soft. The brass is soft, and it will put, it'll put lines and lumps and bumps in it, and you don't want that. So just go gently on it. But you can see the curves. See the curve? I've just curved it over. You might pinch it tighter if you want. And then when you get the arc in it, then just go ahead and cut it away from the cap. And you might cut it again when you go and line it up on your pen. Say, this is your pen, and you're lining it up to see, how you like it. And do the curve side down. Whoops. Yep. They're so tiny, it's going to be hard to show it to you. But you're going to love these. They're so much fun. Now, I did find that the head pin was a little bit harder to glue in place than this little brad piece because it's a little wider. So see, and you'll just have to practice your technique and see what works for you. Because I tried it 3 different ways. I tried, getting this on both the top and the bottom and sticking it that way. I tried putting glue on the jewelry, on the bugle bead, and I tried laying it on something, and laying it on something's okay, but then the glue gets on what you lay it on your finger. So I just found that if I let the glue sit, my little dot of glue, of super glue, let it sit for just a few minutes, well, seconds before you dip into it, so it's like a gel, then hold it in place for another 15 seconds. That was your best bet. And you'll just have to practice your technique, because once you get it down, then you just want to make so many of these. They're just so cute and fun to make. So just start looking through your stash and see what all you have to make them with. So let me show them to you again. So if you see anything you like, and you might have the beads and the pins and the head pins. So please like, share, and subscribe, and please leave me any comments. Let me know what you're going to use your pens on. I'd love to hear any of your projects. Thank you so much for viewing. Bye-bye.